What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and we're back with some Blitz battle teams. So I did a full stream of this yesterday when the Blitz battle actually went live, and we pretty much only just used the full booster team, which is this clip that you're using right here. And yeah, a lot of people were asking for replacements of characters, and you know, I was just focused on farming straight off the cuff. So in this video, we're finally looking at some other options that you guys may want to go ahead and look at in terms of building teams for this event. Now, unfortunately, they've made it in such a way where if you don't own Legend Chopper, the new one that just debuted with Uta, this content becomes a lot more difficult, as that chopper deals with a lot of the debuffs that you will be encountering on Battle 4. So the first two clips of this video utilize relatively full booster teams, but then the final two clips of the video use characters that you know, are a little bit more accessible to more players out there. So hopefully it'll help you guys out a little bit. I'll leave you guys with the rest of this clip, and we'll talk more once we pick up the secondary team of the video. So looking at the secondary team, this is essentially the same kind of team that you guys just saw, but it is slightly different. And the difference here is the fact that we are getting rid of the Nami rare recruit, and we're just using Luffy, the free-to-play Luffy instead, because we can use his special ability and his super type special to wave clear the first two stages, which, you know, give or take can be actually slightly faster depending on what kind of team comp you're running, or if you just straight up didn't pull Nami, then this is an option for you as well. And another thing that you can do as well is that we have the Halloween Hancock legend attached to Luffy. So on the final stage, instead of getting the chain boundary effect from the treasure map legend crocodile support on Robin, we're instead getting the one from Hancock, which is a little bit better and more accessible and gives you more damage. So, you know, either way, they both work, but that is just an option if you're using Luffy instead of using Nami and stuff like that. So not a bad team comp, of course, but of course does use a lot of the rare recruits and the legends from the recently released Super Sugo Fest with Uta and Chopper and the crew. But overall, a really fun and fast team that gets you a lot of points in the Blitz battle. Now we can get into some teams that don't utilize heavy point boosters, which in this case here is going to be with a Robin Jinbe captain with some other characters that you'll see, some really obscure choices. So we've got Onigashima Luffy. He's going to be a really good option for Battle 4 because there is a variation of Battle 4 that will special bind you, so that Luffy will enable you to remove the special bind. You don't really have to worry about, you know, your damage because Uta provides all of your damage, but you do have to take note the fact that it only provides damage to characters that are Cerebral and Striker, so you do have to be very careful of that. But in terms of everything else, we have Rayleigh because he's one of the characters you can use to get rid of either Bind or Despair, because the two variations on Battle 4 will either do Bind or Despair, and I think the Bind actually is like 6 turns of it, so you actually need like a lot of removal, and unfortunately the only character that removes all of the Bind and Despair is going to be that Legend Chopper, unless if you use supports and other really obscure characters, right? So Rayleigh's going to be our dedicated character for that, but due to that fact of using Rayleigh, we actually have to stall a little bit, which is not fun, but you know, you got to do what you got to do to get it done, right? And then we've got two other characters. We have the Frankie and we have the Chopper. Frankie's really nice, giving us a chain locking effect, and the main use of him is because he removes the increased defense that happens on Battle 4. And then we also have the Chopper rare recruit from Film Stampede, who is a boosted character, and he removes the chain coefficient reduction that we get given on the final boss stage, which is obviously really good, because if you don't get rid of that chain coefficient reduction, or you don't apply a chain locking effect, then you are not going to get around that. But overall, once again, just another really cool team that gets the job done, although it's probably not the most optimal because of the amount of points that you receive with this team compared to obviously using some of the boosters. But of course, Uta Friend Captain carries most of the damage. As long as you get around a lot of the utility, then the rest of it shouldn't be as difficult. But of course, this team does use a couple of really key support characters, namely Brule to get rid of those block slots on the final stage, and the switch effect of Robin and Jinbe allows us to guarantee some slots as well, which is pretty nice. Now moving on to the final team of the video, which is a bit of a weird one. However, the cool thing about this team is that it doesn't use Legend Chopper or Legend Uta as a sub or as the captain, so you don't have to worry about having your own Uta or your own Chopper. If you were unlucky enough to not pull them, then, you know, this can be an option for you. And it does utilize a lot of accessible characters, like Pudding is a very old legend at this point, and the treasure map Frankie that came out a little while ago, and he's a really nice addition to this team as well. And the thing about this is we don't even use the super type special of Big Mom at all, and of course we do want to have you know, the Pudding on the team, because Pudding also activates the effect of Big Mom to use the super type special if we need it. But also the fact that we can use Pudding to get rid of the bind or the despair that occurs on Battle 4, and that along with the Straw Hat support that we can either attach to Brooke, Robin, or Frankie, which is awesome, to get rid of an additional 2 turns of bind or despair, so that with the double activation of Pudding we can actually remove all of the debuffs on that stage, which is fantastic. But of course this is a bit of an obscure one, probably not the most optimal once again, but in terms of points that you can get without having a lot of the high boosters, it's not too bad at all. But overall, that's going to wrap it up for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video today, and if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.